OrionCptl.com is not a legitimate investment firm. It is a clone platform that uses a famous financial name to create false trust while operating without transparency, regulation, or investor protection. In the financial world, reputation is one of the most powerful trust signals. OrionCptl.com is built entirely around exploiting this fact. The website appeared in the year 2025, using a name that is almost indistinguishable from the well-known Orion Capital brand, a name that has been associated for decades with legitimate investment managers and asset management firms in multiple jurisdictions. This similarity is not coincidental. It is the foundation of the entire scheme. Under the Orion Capital name, real and regulated companies operate in the United Kingdom, the United States, and parts of Asia. These firms have long operational histories, are referenced in professional financial media, and are subject to regulatory oversight. Against this background, the sudden appearance of OrionCptl.com represents a clear attempt to borrow credibility rather than earn it. The website does not disclose any relationship with legitimate Orion Capital entities, nor does it provide evidence of authorization to use the name. Instead, it relies on visual similarity and user inattention. The structure of the name itself reveals the strategy. Most domains containing the full wording Orion Capital are already owned by established firms. To work around this, the operators shortened the word capital to CPT and registered a new domain that still looks professional and financial at a glance. For many users, especially those unfamiliar with clone firm tactics, this difference goes unnoticed. A person searching online for Orion Capital encounters articles and information about real, reputable companies, assumes the brand is trustworthy, and then clicks through to OrionCptl.com. Trust built by legitimate firms is quietly redirected to an unrelated and unregulated platform. Domain registration data reinforces this assessment. OrionCptl.com was registered on the 9th of September in the year 2025, with a registration period limited to a single year. Ownership details are hidden behind privacy services, and the site uses infrastructure shielding to mask its real location. For a platform that claims to provide brokerage or investment services, this profile is deeply abnormal. Licensed financial firms operate for many years, secure their domains long-term, and openly disclose corporate ownership. A new domain combined with a borrowed brand name is one of the most consistent warning signs in financial fraud investigations. The website attempts to compensate for this lack of substance by publishing standard-looking legal documents, including policies related to anti-money laundering, customer verification, privacy, and user agreements. These documents may appear reassuring, but they do not constitute regulation. OrionCptl.com does not disclose a registered legal entity, a country of incorporation, a supervising regulator, or a license number. There is no reference to any official register where its status can be independently verified. Such document packages are widely used by unregulated platforms to simulate legitimacy while avoiding legal responsibility. Independent checks of official regulatory databases confirm the absence of authorization. Searches across the registers of the Financial Conduct Authority, the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission, the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, and the Central Bank of Russia do not show any licensed entity operating under the OrionCptl name. In regulatory terms, the platform does not exist. It is not supervised, not authorized, and not accountable to any financial authority. The lack of legal clarity extends to the platform's operational details. OrionCptl.com provides minimal information about who controls the company, where it is physically based, or who is responsible for client funds. There is no verified office address, no management disclosure, and no corporate structure that could be pursued in the event of disputes. In practice, this means that if withdrawals are delayed, blocked, or denied, clients have no identifiable entity to contact and no regulator to escalate complaints to. Trading conditions are presented in vague and non-committal terms. At the time of review, account types, commissions, spreads, and withdrawal procedures are either poorly defined or not disclosed at all. This opacity is not accidental. Licensed brokers are required to publish clear and detailed trading conditions, so clients understand costs and risks in advance. When such information is missing, all uncertainty is shifted onto the client, while the platform retains full discretion over execution and access to funds. Taken together, these elements form a consistent picture. The use of a famous third-party brand, a shortened clone-style domain, a recent registration date, a limited registration period, anonymous ownership, the absence of confirmed licenses, and non-transparent trading conditions are not random weaknesses. They are features of a risk-driven model designed to operate without accountability. This is not a young or emerging broker building its reputation. It is a structure built to capture trust quickly while avoiding long-term obligations. The final conclusion is clear. OrionCptl.com has no confirmed connection to legitimate companies operating under the Orion Capital name. It uses a well-known brand to attract attention while lacking a license, a regulator, a disclosed legal entity, or a verified operational history. Engaging with this platform exposes users to a high risk of financial loss, as there are no regulatory protections or enforcement mechanisms in place. The key takeaway is simple and consistent across financial fraud cases. When a website uses a famous name, operates on a newly registered domain, and does not clearly disclose regulatory oversight, it should not be viewed as a promising new project. It should be recognized as a red flag. If you have already lost money to a broker operating under similar conditions, you may still have options. You can contact the Watchdog Online team at watchdogonline@proton.me, leave your name and phone number, and request a review of your situation. Their work focuses on identifying clone firms and helping users understand possible next steps toward recovery and prevention.